It turns out that this is the reason why Ducati surrenders to Marquez. Francesco Bagnaia is rumored to be the only MotoGP rider who can withstand being Marc Marquez's teammate.
Here's the next news.
It turns out that this is the reason why Ducati surrenders to Marquez. Francesco Bagnaia is rumored to be the only MotoGP rider who can withstand being Marc Marquez's teammate. Ducati officially recruited Marc Marquez as a factory team rider from next season. The process of recruiting Marquez by Ducati was also colored by a lot of drama, with Marquez rejecting various options offered by the Borgo Panigale manufacturer. Undoubtedly, Ducati bowed before Marquez. How can you? First, Marquez openly refused to race for the Pramac Racing satellite team, despite Ducati promising support from the manufacturer with the supply of the latest Desmosedici motors. Finally, Ducati gave in and contracted Marquez to become Francesco Bagnaia's tandem at Ducati Lenovo next season. Although as known, Ducati is already planning to promote Jorge Martin from Pramac Racing to Ducati Lenovo next season. But Ducati cancelled the plan, which ultimately made Martin disappointed and chose to move to the rival team, Aprilia Racing. Before deciding to recruit Marquez, initially Ducati gave Marquez a special condition, that Ducati would only recruit him if he managed to win the 2024 MotoGP Championship with the Gresini Racing satellite team. This condition is the same as that applied to Jorge Martin last season. If Martin then accepts the terms, then not with Marquez. Marquez considers the clause to be absurd. Because he used a Ducati Desmosedici last year, which is certainly not as competitive as this year's Ducati Desmosedici. It's simple. One of the reasons, and the main one, is, if you want to win the title on the track, then you have to have the same weapon, motorcycle. And now I don't have it, said Marquez, quoted from the US. By using a Ducati Desmosedici that is 1 year old, Marquez proved to be able to compete on the track. In fact, Marquez was able to rank third in the 2024 MotoGP provisional standings, which has been going on for 7 draws. On the other hand, Marquez's reason for rejecting the clause is that Marquez does not want to race in the satellite team anymore. In addition, Marquez is also confident that he can still race for the factory team because he has a wagon of sponsors and advertisers. It is very clear that I will not move from one satellite team to another satellite team. Then the third point, the athletes not only have athletic contracts, but also sponsors who have followed me throughout my career, said the rider who has won 6 titles the MotoGP. Outside Francesco Bagnaia heard as the only MotoGP rider who can endure being Marc Marquez's teammate. Ex-racer Matteo Passini dissects his opinion on the duet between Francesco Bagnaia and Marc Marquez that will happen from MotoGP 2025. Many think the duet is like a double-edged sword. On the one hand, they are great racers. However, the hot competition between the two can make the team's tension increase. The duet certainly caught Passini's attention. An interesting claim then he told about both of them. He feels that Bagnaia is the only rider who can withstand being Marquez's partner. For Passini, being a teammate of an 8-time world champion is certainly not an easy thing. However, the driver who is familiarly called Pecco has a valuable asset, which is his mental steel. In my opinion, that will be a great motivation for Pecco, he said, as reported by Juara.net from paddock-gp.com. I believe that Pecco is the only driver who can do it. Intellectually, he can help Marquez in the garage, where he, the baby alien, is a horrible figure, added Passini. Regardless of that, the arrival of Marquez is said to make Ducati take a different path. Previously, the original Italian manufacturer was considered to be very aggressive in recruiting potential young drivers. As it is known, Jorge Martin, who was expected to fill the seat of the Ducati factory, moved to Aprilia. Meanwhile, Enea Bastianini shifted to KTM. With what has happened in the last few years, it is the opposite of their recent work, explained Bassini, as reported by Duara.net from paddock-gp.com. Ducati invests in young riders. They have Marco Bezzecchi, Jorge Martin, Franco Morbidelli, who is with Pramac this year, as well as Bastianini. Then there was Marquez, who immediately got the factory team. Even though he still recently came and just held 4 races, he continued. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to always support this channel to get the most complete information about MotoGP. Thank you.